they're just like,
Yeah.
why?
Why?
And the GM goes, fuck you, that's why. And then you cry really hard.
Yeah, that's all for. I don't. I kind of think about. I don't think there is a way, because I know you mentioned like, is there a way to prevent or stave off burnout? I think again, besides like doing, I don't think there's a way to like prevent it, because I think it's gonna happen. So the best thing you could do is, either again do what Josh says, maybe do what I've mentioned, and it won't stave it off, but it will help you heal and get over it faster. So that eventually, because after, like I told you guys, like I stopped DMing for like a year, but I never stopped playing D&D because I still like the game. And I don't know if, I think it helped just being a player, only being in the one, like the one game, the Icewind Dale with Joe and my, the Thursday group. And I think that helped. Just like I didn't have the stress. I literally just, I did the thing where I just like showed up and I'm like, wow. I don't have to do shit. I don't have to prep maps. I just have to worry about this one sheet.
I just arrive.
Wow, what am I playing? A warlock? Wow, I only have 2 spells. This is great. There's so much less shit I have to manage. I'm like, am I gonna do Eldritch Blast or
Eldritch Blast?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast or Eldritch Blast. Ooh, maybe I'll cast Hex this round.
Man.
Ooh, you're getting spicy.
Yeah, buddy.
Fuck, I knew I was free. I don't think I actually ever casted Hex in that
God
game.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
I played a bad warlock. I was not.
Yes, so.
I didn't grab Agonizing Blast until like towards the end of the game.
Oh my god.
I can't believe you've done this.
I was mostly just trying to lie and cheat and shit and just fucking like play pranks on people, and then it's like, oh, the Yeti hit you for a 45.
Like a bard.
Yeah, I kind of was, yeah, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will say though, I do have to disagree with you on one part.
Here, Josh.
You specifically.
Oh.
I think there are things that you can do. Heavy emphasis on can do, right? Not to saying that they will always work 100% guaranteed FDA certified, but
Yeah.
they are preventative steps you can take. And like, obviously I'm going to be treading some old ground that was just talked about, but like breaks, take them frequently if you need to, even if it's 1 week a month that you're like literally Critical Role does this shit right now, right? The last week of every month, they just take it off. They do it to unwind, to sort of do other stuff to keep the juices flowing, metaphorically speaking. And it works, like there have been stretches of time where, I've had to take off 1 week of pretty much every month from either school, work, personal life, anything. And often I'm jonesing to come back that week after.
Yeah, you hit on an interesting little point there too, because it used to be actually. So we have the sort of cultural assumption nowadays, particularly when you're dealing with online play. I think this is definitely the cultural assumption. I think people who play in person, this is probably less of an assumption, but the assumption right now is you play each week, right? You do play once a week. That didn't used to be the cultural assumption though, because a lot of the vibe back in the day used to be, all right, we're going to run this adventure module. We're going to do the Caves of Chaos, which will get us to, whatever level. Fucking level curve was really different back then, so I'm not even going to try and guess. We're going to run the Caves of Chaos for X number of months. And then once we're done with that, we're not going to play for like a month or something. Well, the GM either someone else is going to take over as the GM and the GM is going to become a player, or the GM is just going to look for a new adventure or prep something else up or whatever. Like taking big breaks so you could do really big, long, extended prep sessions, which is to say like prepping over the course of a month so you had a shitload of stuff ready to go, used to be like how people did it. Like that used to be the vibe, was big chunk of play, big break, big chunk of play, big break. Nowadays, we tend to do the weekly thing more, and it's assuming you'll do way, smaller chunks of prep and break, smaller prep chunks, but then consistent playing. And then if you take a break, something's going wrong or whatever. And it's weird. I don't know how we got to this weird shift up in mindset or what, but this is kind of a thing I've noticed. And if you listen to any of the old Grognard fellers on the YouTubes and such, who've played D&D back in 80s, 90s, 70s, whatever. I don't know why I did that out 70s, 80s, 90s.
Very strange order.
Yeah. You'll hear a lot of them be like, yeah, no, this is not the time system we used to use. Like, we would have extended breaks, or we would have people swap out GMs a lot more often. That also used to be a lot more common. Like, hey guys, I'm tired this week. Someone else want to GM something? Yeah, I got it. That used to be way more common than it is nowadays. Like, the forever GM joke used to be way less of a thing. I think that's just because of the size of the hobby, though, TBH. Because it was a smaller group of people who are really, really into the thing, a lot more people were willing to GM, whereas nowadays the hobby is spread out much more. So you get people who are like kind of into the thing, but not super into the thing. They're in enough to play, but not enough to GM. Like, that's a whole,
Bro, okay. This is one of those Shazam moments. My players, this is not a call out.
It's a little bit of a call out.